This week on Mr. Observation Man, the best backpacking outside of Chicago.
Boss, 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 baby, I'm a boss, 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 calling all the shots, 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 baby, I'm a boss, boss, you know I'm a baller.
The Manistee River Loop. Back in Chicago, we're prepping our gear and packing our backpacks with all we will need for our 3 days, 2 nights around the 22-mile Manistee River Loop. I grabbed this $130 backpack at REI, on sale for $45.
Best place to drive for a weekend is Manistee River Trail Loop.
Have you ever done it before?
Done it, loved it.
After weighing in our packs at 30 pounds each, we jump in the Jeep and head to the Upper River Road Trailhead parking, which is free. We head up the NCT Trail, aka the North County Trail.
Oh God, go.
This trail is considered an intermediate hiking trail. It spans almost half the Manistee River Loop Trail. The NCT side of the Loop Trail, definitely the hardest. Immediately, it's obvious that the forest is vast and very different from mile to mile. The colors this time of year are absolutely stunning. The trail gets a little crowded in the fall. We passed fellow hikers about every half a mile or so. As we continue, the trail keeps getting steeper and steeper. We only make it about 5 miles in on our first day before we decide to camp. We decided to camp here our first night. Maddie started setting up her tent. She has it down to about a 15-minute setup with his REI Half Dome 2 Plus, weighing in at just about 5 pounds for $229. What a deal. Now it's time to use my survival knife to collect some wood. This Esee 5 is a beautiful survival knife for only $150. Paul Bunyan recommended it to me.
That was too goddamn difficult.
Pushing down trees is not working. Pro tip, bro tip, find 2 trees, stick your tiny log in between them and walk forward. Use leverage and make wood. I can also make even bigger wood. Look at this wood pile. Use your Esee 5 survival knife to start a fire. First, chop up an old log. When you're ready, take apart your Esee 5 handle and pull out your secret flint. Do not use your built-in fire starter. Instead, apply your emergency axe to the log.
One little do-do.
Simply apply your flint spark to the axed up log.
Now sprinkle your leaves on it. Screw you, Bear Grylls.
With a fire that big, Maddie prefers to cook on her Jetboil. This Jetboil is awesome. It's lightweight and easy to pack. Look at this super lightweight, easy to carry pan that comes complete with a spatula built right into the handle. Maddie grilled sausage.
Jalapeno brats.
Now it's time for Go Fish. The fire is raring and we got no mosquitoes.
Or give me 8.
Go fish.
The chances of you beating me, Go Fish, let's call it a night. Maddie loves this sleeping pad. The links are found below this video. Also in the links below, you will find a link to the sleeping bag. Don't take this sleeping bag backpacking without your compression sack. Just stuff your bag into this sack and your life will be much better. It will take your sack from this to this, just 1/5 of the size of your old sack. That's a tight sack.
Well, tell me about that pillow.
It's inflatable. It's kind of my camp luxury item. And like 2 puffs blown up. It's really great. Makes a huge difference.
Meanwhile, while Maddie sleeps tightly in her sack, I'm scared of the wind. It's scary, super scary. To mitigate this fear, always bring your favorite reading material. Remember to always bring 2 books if you're a fast reader like I am. The next morning was marvelous. Maddie used her Jetboil to make coffee. The water boils in under a minute.
There she goes, boiling in under a minute. These guys are out of Des Moines, Iowa, and sell steeped coffee. In my opinion, I think it's kind of going to be the next new trend for coffee at the campsite.
After coffee, we make a Jetboil breakfast with our Mountain House Adventure meals. This thing on the side of the Jetboil tells you when you are done. Just pour the hot water into the bag and eat right out of the bag. Pro tip, bro tip, get your adventure meals ahead of time as they might be sold out at REI. After fueling up, we're ready to start hiking for day 2. The trail is steep and I drank too much whiskey while playing Go Fish last night. I recommend taking at least 4 to 5 liters of water on the NCT side of the trail if you weigh 200 pounds or more. Take a 3-liter Camelback and take even more in a separate container.
Drink 5.5 liters between 2 people. And we did 5 miles yesterday, so it's not that bad. And then we had to walk 3 miles today to get to the water source. You see water? Oh, good.
I'm gonna fill up here on the quick life straw.
That we've never used before, never practiced with.
This life straw was a lifesaver. Fill your container up with water and use your life straw.
Is it coming through?
Yeah, you really gotta suck.
Maddie used a Berkey filter.
It's not bad.
Tastes okay.
We filled up with water and continued on.
Baby, I'm a boss, boss. You know I'm a baller.
Once you reach water on the NCT side of the trail, you come across it all the time, and you can drink as much water as you want. We see some guys who mountain biked up the trail and are now floating down.
What's the name of that raft?
Alpaca.
How long is it gonna take you to get down?
3 hours.
You wanna go to the suspension bridge or eat here?
I could do a snacky snack.
After snacks and water, we hike on. The suspension bridge is about the halfway-ish point of the 22-mile loop.
Suspension bridge.
Oh, we're halfway there.
Water is everywhere, and the terrain is much more manageable on the Manistee River trail side. You know, I'm using these shoes on the trail, and they're good, they're stiff, they have great traction, but I need more pad on my heels for this 12.6-mile hike that we're doing today with 30 pounds on our back. Just need a little more heel padding. These are good if you stump your toe.
Oh yeah.
They're not waterproof. I can't seem to get my iPhone camera to give these views and colors justice. You'll just have to see it for yourself. It's time to camp. While Maddie sets up the tent in record time, I start making firewood. It's hard to decide which knives to bring. This time, I chose one of my $13 Mtech survival knives. This thing is awesome. I have used this at home to split firewood, open and eat a can of beans, and perform surgery. Links below. After camp is set up, it's time for some jet boiled chili. Chili. Night 2 is super scary.
Night 2, playing Go Fish like we normally do. We're hearing a weird thing. What was that? How clear that water is. Shut up, cricket.
After hearing the coyote turkeys, I turn to my 3 flashlights that make me feel safe. My favorite is this $30 Stremlight. My second favorite is this $30 WoWTac Flashlight. And my third favorite is this $130 Olight. I recommend the Stremlight and the WoWTac in the links below. The night just keeps getting scarier. All I can hear is rain on our tent. It's creepy. I keep looking out for bears in the night, even though I'm not worried about them stealing our food, as we got this Bear Vault food canister. No matter how hard those bears try, our food is safe all night long.
Why you so salty?
Although wet, camp for night number 2 is pretty magical.
What are you cooking?
Granola. Blueberries, granola.
Boiled river rod rurigi.
I make us some coffee in under a minute. After coffee, you may need to dig a hole in the ground with a plastic shovel. And always pick up your trash and carry it with you. Leave only your footprints. We continue hiking on the last 3 miles or so of our Manistee River Loop. The rain is not letting up, so we are using our rainproof backpack shells, and we keep on hiking. Out of the beautiful fall forest, just like that, we're back to the Jeep. Heading home back to Chicago, we stopped at the County Line Orchard in Indiana. After absolutely no debate at all,
Oh my God.
I find and pick this giant pumpkin for only $12. Then we went out on a super sweet tractor ride to pick us some super sweet, crisp, pink lady apples. Maddie was so confused when she looked at those apples because her father always said, "What do you think? Food grows on trees?" Speaking of confusing, this week's song to get you moving on the treadmill, Spirits by the Strumbellas. Join us next week on Mr. Observation Man.